We are going to go to the report area, staying right here and going to the navigational menu at the top left-hand side. We are going to scroll down to Report Manager. Navigational menu, top left-hand side, scroll down to Report Manager. Report Manager opens up, and there are several categories that you see on my screen, all of which you may not be able to see on your screen. It's based off of your security permissions. But I do know that you have access to the gradebook category, and this is where we are going. So here's the gradebook category. And I am first going to look at the birthday report. This is usually the most fun report, and teachers love this report. There is the birthday report. This is where you can come in and print the birthdays for your students that you teach. The filters here at the bottom, the one that you would use would either be homeroom or class, so I'll just use class. And I'll pull up my 08 math class. There they are. Double arrow the students over so you get everybody on the list and click print. And there is the birthday report. So the birthday report is right here for you to be able to print out so you know when your students' birthdays are. So that's one report we like to point out. The other is the class roster report. Notice that there are little stars by these reports. That's because they are marked as favorites in my screen, but just so you can know where they are initially, they're all in the grade book. There's the class roster. Everybody has the ability to mark a report as a favorite. So if you see mark as a favorite at the bottom of your screen, I'm going to show you what it looks like. You see mark as a favorite here at the bottom of your screen, then this is where you can add it to the favorites. And that's where the little star comes from, and it comes up in your favorites. So here's class roster. This is where you can print your class roster. So there's my 08 math class. I'm going to move them over and click print. Now you have several versions of this report. There is the class roster report. There's a 15-column report. There's an attendance-based report, demographics, picture, total enrollment. If we print class roster, they're my students. So just a simple class roster report right there. Now if I go back and change this to attendance, there's my attendance-based report. So you have a few different options, and this one is the most popular. There's that 15-column report, so you can just record any data on your students that you need to. So there's the 15-column. So class roster allows you access to all of these different reports here based off of your student data. There is a configurable class roster report. So if you want to configure what headings are on your report, you can also do that too. Email staff messages. If you need to go back and see what email messages you sent out for a specific period of time, you can go back as far as you desire. There's from February 1st to now. Click your name, move yourself over and select print, and this will show all of the emails that you sent out, who you sent them to, and if you click on this little blue link here, it'll actually show the message. So that's the email staff messages report, but keep in mind the email history will hold all of those messages for you in the email history section as well. A couple of more that I'm just going to point out just quickly. Incomplete and missing assignments is right here. So you can print this report again for your class. Let me go to my Math 08 class and click print. And there is where I can print absent, dropped, excused, incomplete, missing, pending. Select print, and there's Jordan. Remember, she didn't turn in her board work, so there's her missing status. So you can go in and print your students that have their missing and incomplete work. And last but not least, with reports, just so you'll see how this works, the student test schedule. If you publish assignments to the test schedule so that other teachers are able to see when a child or when a student or when a group of students may have tests, the student test schedule will let you print that report. I'm going to filter it by class because I want to just look at the students that I teach. So there's my Math 08 class, and I want to see if they're going to have any or if they had any tests within the last week. So I'm going to move it over and click print. And now I see that today they have a chapter test in math. And if there was something else on the list, I would see, oh, they have a social studies test. Maybe I'll hold off on my science test. So that's the benefit of marking something as a test. It'll populate right here on this report so other teachers can be able to see it. And those are the reports that we typically go over. Okay? Well, we have reached the end. We have gone over accessing RemWeb, changing your password, taking attendance. We looked at communication as well as the gradebook area. We looked at lesson plans, report cards, as well as web items. And we looked at student data and report manager. So that is, again, our training for today. I want to thank you for joining me.